Welcome to the Winning Fourcast, where the Gelding and I will give our 4 best bets for tomorrow's Gold Coast race meeting. And Gelding, it's been raining everywhere.
Professor, all around Australia, I think we're going to get soft track. I think the only exception is going to be Darwin. I think when the Suns play up there, where it's supposed to be 34 degrees.
We might steer clear of there, Gelding.
Yeah, I think we'll leave Darwin alone this week. So where are we off to this week, Professor, for the listeners?
Off to the Gold Coast, Gelding, where there's a 9-race card. The first at 12:33pm, the last at 5:30pm. The feature race, race 7, the Hollandale Stakes, a Group 2, over 1,800 metres worth, a cool $500,000. The track rated a soft 6, and we would say to the viewers to check to see if there's any rainfall overnight, because that could well affect the rating of the track. And the rail, Gelding, lucky for us, is in the true position.
Yes, should be some good racing up there with the Hollandale over 1,800, Professor. Gold Coast, a tight little track, so it does tend to fancy those that get on their bike early. Again, as we always say, let's watch the races and see what the early pattern is. But as it's my turn to have the bets this week, Professor, I presume I'm punting early, am I?
Well, the first not until 12:33pm, Gelding, and I haven't picked in that one, so you've got a little bit of time to get down to the TAB.
Beautiful.
All right, what are your 2 best bets for tomorrow's meeting?
Professor, I'm going late in the day. First bet, of course, is in the Hollandale Stakes over 1,800, Group 2 race, as you said, worth $500,000. Good field this. You've got the last 2 Melbourne Cup winners in Half Yours and Knight's Choice. You've got a $12 million stake winner in Pride of Jenny. But I'm going number 3, Professor, Birdman, trained by Chris Waller to be ridden by J-Mac. So that won't surprise anyone that, I do like to follow J-Mac. Birdman, a bit disappointing last start, Professor, in the Group 1 Australia Cup at Flemington. Ran 5th over 2,000. So, look, I'm thinking before that had won over 1,800, Group 2 Peter Lawrence, and won another one in between that and its 5th. Chris Waller's freshened it up. Obviously, I'd imagine with this race in mind, Professor, 1,800 seems to suited. One of the best jockeys. Who can question what Waller does? Birdman, and round about the $3.50, Professor. So I think very good each way bet. And I think we'll be able to chase. It sits close enough to chase Pride of Jenny, who will obviously lead and hopefully not get out too far. And I think it'll be in front of Half Yours that ran a good race last start when it's 9th. And Jamie Mellum has gone up to the Gold Coast to ride it. But as I said, I'm very happy with our jockey, J-Mac. Waller, I think Birdman from Barrier 2 can just get the sit on the race and not be too far behind Pride of Jenny, and hopefully can pick it up in the straight. My second bet is race 8, the Gold Coast Guineas, another group race, Professor, a Group 3. All 3-year-olds. I like Beedman in this, number 2. This horse, a Sitzel colt, or Gelding, a Sitzel colt, just off the really good ones in Sydney, Professor. I think Peter Snowden, very, very good move taking it up to Queensland for this Group 3 race, where I see Beedman as a Group 2, Group 3 type of horse. Again, ridden by J-Mac, and rate Peter Snowden very highly as a trainer. As you said, everyone loves a Schnitzel, Professor. And there's not many of them left, with him passing away. So, look, I like race 8, number 2, Beedman. And look, Professor, I think it may be the bet of the day. But so my 2, race 7, number 3, Birdman, into race 8, number 2, Beedman. And you like, Professor?
Yeah, Gelding, going earlier than you. That's no surprise. Race 2, the Gold Coast City Council Handicap. It's a benchmark 85 over 1,200 metres. In this one, I like horse number 6, Bundella, coming out of Barrier 9, had 16 starts for 7 wins and 2 placings, so a 44% win rate, 56% place rate. It's in a stronger class tomorrow, Gelding, but it's the winner of its last 4 races, so winning form's good form. It's won over the distance. It's a 1,200-metre specialist, likes being on pace, which should be an advantage on this track tomorrow. A new jockey for me in the saddle tomorrow, Gelding, an apprentice by the name of Courtney Bellamy. Do you know anything about her at all?
No, Professor, and I think I'll put that question back to you. As your tip, how do you fancy her as rider against, up against some good ones here in, J-Mac, Michael Rod, who's won Melbourne Cups, seems to be Some very, very good riders.
Yes, Gelding. The only thing I know about her is she's got a 9% win rate for the season so far, and J-Mac might be on a horse that you like in this race.
Sunshine in my pocket. Yeah, I might leave that one alone, Professor. I liked him more in race 3, but anyway, we'll see how we go with that.
Yeah, Tony Gollan's the trainer, Gelding. He's got a 17% win rate for the season. Very well-known trainer. I do like the odds here, Gelding. $4 and $1.55 for a horse that's won its last 4 races.
Nice each-way odds, Professor.
Very much so. The second selection's in race 3, the Ken Russell Memorial Classic. It's a Group 3 for 2-year-olds, Gelding, over 1,200 metres. In this one, I like horse number 10, Boomelly, coming out of barrier 3. It's had 5 starts for 3 wins and a placing, so 60% win rate, 80% place rate, in equal class, and has won 2 out of its last 3. It's won over the distance, Gelding. It's won on a heavy track, which should stand it in good stead tomorrow because it's at least going to be a soft 6, and it likes being on pace. So it ticks a lot of boxes for me. And at $3.70 and $1.50, I like that too. Ben Thompson, in career form at the moment, 11% over his career, but for this season, 17%. Gelding, that's a huge increase.
Oh, fantastic. Riding very, very well. And probably as a Queensland jockey based up there, might have a bit of an edge on the track there. So, I do like it, Professor, but I do like another one in the race.
Well, you might be looking at a Quinella in this one, Gelding.
I might have to, Professor.
And which one's that?
That'll be number 4. Chris Waller identifies them for Queensland. He's 2-year-olds and takes it up there. But, Professor, I might go the trifecta. I might go yours to win, mine to come second, and the field, and vice versa. So maybe a tipping strategy for that race tomorrow.
Well, a little bit of an extra bonus for our viewers, Gelding.
Yeah, why not?
All right, my 2 for tomorrow, race 2, horse 6, Bundella, and race 3, horse 10, Boomelly.
I like them both, Professor.
Well, thank you very much, Gelding. I appreciate that. All right, Gelding, the Professor's Parlay. Last week, after summer. What have we got to say about that one?
What do we say?
A question very much without notice, Gelding.
Without being unkind to Billy Egan, he seems to panic in the Group 1s, Professor. Like him as a jockey, and he's been riding very well, but his last couple of rides in Group 1s, I don't know whether he was afraid he was going to miss out, but he pushed the horse forward to sit 3 wide the whole trip in a derby, Professor. So a 2,500 metre race and you're sitting 3 wide, 2,525 metres, Professor.
Yeah, and that's probably what it was beaten by, Gelding.
And he wondered why it dropped out at the end. Remember, and this was a horse that had previously ran 3rd in an Oaks over 2,500 when sat from behind. Not going to say panic, Professor, but certainly not Billy Egan's best ride. And if Craig Williams had been riding and rode that race, we said we would have been well owed. So we've been Eganised.
I like that one, Gelding. Regrettably, the other 2 legs of the parlay got up. Brisbane beat Essendon and Penrith beat the Manly Sea Eagles.
Yes, as always, Professor.
So we're 7 for 17, Gelding, 41%. Still over 40%, which has got to be a positive.
Anything with a 4 on it, anything with a 3 and it's a good percentage rate when you're picking 3, Professor. As I keep telling you, but you got 4 and I know I can feel it from you. You want to get that 5 in front of it. We're trying very hard for you.
We are, Gelding. We certainly are. All right, Gelding. This week's Professor's Parlay, race 8, horse 2, Beedman, for all the reasons that you provided earlier in the program. And we'll parlay that into the GWS Giants playing at home to beat Essendon. GWS Giants 14th. They've only won 3 from 8, but they've won 2 out of their last 4. They need to win these games, Gelding, against the lower teams if they're going to play finals, and they're getting to a panic stage if they don't win this one.
I agree with you, Professor. They're missing a few of their top-line players, but with all the draft picks that they seem to get every year, they should be right up there, Professor.
They should be, Gelding. All right, the Essendon Football Club 17th. They've only won 1, so it's a very disappointing season for their club and fans. They've lost 4 out of their last 5. They've got the second worst defence in the league, Gelding. They allow 115 points per game, and it's no surprise that they haven't had many wins for the season.
Yes, Professor, I can see that. I'm afraid to give you a question without notice. Wouldn't be my side that's got the worst defence, has it?
Yes, it would, Gelding.
Okay.
And let's parlay that into my team, Melbourne, to beat the West Coast Eagles. Melbourne not playing at the MCG because Richmond are, Gelding. Melbourne are playing at their other home.
What? The members have got to move.
Marvel Stadium. You won't see many members at Marvel Stadium, Gelding. And West Coast Eagles at Marvel Stadium on Mother's Day. What do you reckon the crowd will be, Gelding? Guess the crowd. Could be under 10,000.
I was going to say somewhere in the range of 18,000 to 23, if I could have that bridge, Professor.
All right. I'll note that, Gelding. We'll check it out next week.
Because it's a game Melbourne should win. And with the start that you've had this year, what are you, 5-2?
5-3, Gelding.
5-3. To go 6-3, Professor, would you have been declaring that with what happened over the summer break?
Well, look, Gelding, I'd be taking that. I think they've done wonderfully well, given the influx of new players they've had and the new coach as well. So,
and a fair bit going behind the scenes, Professor.
Yeah, things seem to be going well for the Demons, even if the CEO position's a little bit of a lottery.
It's a very interesting thing, and I think the current players and the coach have to be commended for putting all those things behind them and just concentrating on the footy. And they're playing fast, attractive footy, Professor.
They are, Gelding.
And if Cozzy Pickett isn't in the top best three players at the moment, and then you've got a fantastic player in Max Gawn, he should be another All-Australian again this year. Just fantastic. And they're bringing the young players on brilliantly.
West Coast Eagles 15th, Gelding. They've only won 2 out of 8, and it's been a while since they've won because they've lost 5 out of their last 5. They've got the second worst offence in the league, only scoring 69 points per game, and any wonder they've only won 2 games.
And they looked pretty ordinary last week, Professor.
Well, yes, and good to see that Richmond had a win, Gelding.
Yes, good to see we got off the 0, but I think they'll be few and far between. But, geez, if you're West Coast, you're playing a side that's sitting on the bottom, rebuilding with a load of injuries, and you're playing on your home ground in front of 40,000 of your own crowd, and to go down to the bottom side, that's got to be fairly demoralising, and I think brings a lot of pressure on the West Coast coach and players.
I'm sure it does, Gelding. All right, so tomorrow's Professor's Parlay, race 8, horse 2 at the Gold Coast, Beedman into Greater Western Sydney to beat Essendon, into Melbourne to beat the West Coast Eagles. So what we'd suggest is that people rug up if they're going out, because I think it's going to be cold and wet over the weekend, Gelding.
Yes, I think it'll be a very, very cold weekend, Professor. Let's hopefully a couple of winners can warm everyone's hearts.
Let's hope for that, Gelding. All right, that's all for the Winning Fourcast from this week. So until next week, it's good luck.
And good punting.
Responsible gambling is paramount. For support, contact the Gambling Help online at 1800 858 858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.